The Suwannee County Board of County Commissioner meeting for December 2nd, 2025. As you'll notice, the chair for Mr. Perkins is covered. He went on to be with the Lord last week, and at this time, we'll do the invocation, but we're going to have a moment of silence at first, and then I'll get Mr. Clyde Fleming to do the invocation. So if you'll all stand. Mr. Clyde, if you will.
Let's pray. Our Father, we come this afternoon and with heavy hearts. Our Father, we come because we know that you're able, and we call on your name because you got all powers in your hand. God, we know that you're good and you're great, and we know that you don't make mistakes. You're too wise to do wrong. And you, oh God, you're just so just. And we say, have mercy. Look on the board tonight, the commissioners, that they make decisions. Bless them, oh God, as they're lost, a dear part of them. God, give them strength to look over the Perkins family tonight. Oh God, look over this whole commission tonight. We asking, oh God, that you bless us, keep us in your care, hold us in the hollow of your mighty hand. Oh God, I know that you got power to heal and to deliver. And we ask tonight, oh God, that you just make a way for us. Keep us, oh God. Bless us with the blessing we stand in need of. These and all blessings we ask in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I'll do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we get started, I'd like to ask that anything to do with the sheriff's audit thing, I can't stop you from doing it during public comments if that's what you want to do, but I don't know if all of you are aware, but there's a special call meeting tomorrow at 5:30 to deal with that subject. So in honor of Mr. Perkins, we'd like to just conduct regular business tonight. So if you will, I'd appreciate that. And I'm back in the hot seat, and so bear with me if I mess up. It's been a while.
I'm glad you're there.
I'm sure you are.
2 years was enough.
Moving on to approval of minutes for the November 18th, 2025 regular board meeting. Are there any corrections, or do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Land. Second by Commissioner Mobley. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. At this time, we have under proclamations and presentations, a presentation by Jimmy Norris, Economic Development Director.
Skip public concerns and comments.
Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped public concerns and comments. I told you I'd mess up. Public concerns and comments. I have Mr. Keith Broders.
Good evening. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. You know, a parent who has children that are disobedient, if the parent does not hold the children accountable, the children are going to run wild. And that's exactly the problem that we have in Congress today. We have a bunch of disobedient children that are basically doing whatever they feel they want to do. We have 3 branches of government. They're all broken. They are corrupt. And rather than serving as a check and a balance, they cover each other's tail and leave us basically in a situation where our rights are not being respected. One of the things that's important for all of us to realize is the fact that we were born with God-given rights, but we were also given God-given responsibilities. And one of those responsibilities is to defend the Constitution, because if we don't defend the Constitution is really nothing more than a suggestion. It's a meaningless piece of paper if we don't defend it. The problem is that the vast majority of the people in this room and the vast majority of the people in our country are relatively ignorant on the principles of the Constitution. And because of that, we sit back and we let the criminals run the show. We need to start holding public officials accountable. The Constitution is supposed to be considered the supreme law of the land, and yet Congress makes sure that we're going to get arrested for petty crimes, and they turn around and spend billions of dollars illegally. The Constitution specifically says that Congress has the power to lay and collect taxes for three purposes. How many people here know what the three purposes are? One is to pay the debts, provide for the common defense, and promote the general welfare. And taking from Peter to give it to Paul, that's not general welfare. That's redistribution of wealth. That's theft. And frankly, one of the other things that I wanted to share with you is the fact that when the Constitution was written, the Founding Fathers decided that they wanted to have a bicameral legislature. They wanted one branch of the House in the House of Representatives to be based on proportional representation. A state with twice as many people would be entitled to twice as many representatives. That concept of proportional representatives was crucial for the House of Representatives. Then in 1929, Congress, in their wisdom, decided that they wanted to freeze the size of the House of Representatives to 435. In doing that, they basically forced the concept of proportional representatives to go away. Today, Delaware has 989,000 people and one representative. Wyoming has 576,000 people and one representative. Delaware has twice as many people, but they're not being represented. Here in Florida, if we had the same number of congressional districts proportionately as Wyoming, instead of having 28 congressional districts, we would have 36. We would also have 8 more electoral votes. If you take that, we have about almost 800,000 people in every congressional district. We have about 200,000 people in each of the 28 districts. That's 5.6 million people that are not being counted for representation. Their votes don't count. Their voices are not being heard. We are being denied our appropriate constitutional representation. So I want to point out to you that one of the things that it tells us in the Constitution is if there are vacancies in the House, it's the job of the governor to fill those slots and to create new districts. And so we need to get equal representation for the people in the state of Florida. We need the electoral votes that we're entitled to based on the Constitution. The last thing I'll mention to you that I think is really important is the fact that Congress has the power to make the rules for their procedures and their policies, et cetera. They can organize themselves. Well, they did, and they organized it in such a fashion that in order to pass a bill, they need a simple majority. Back in the days of the Articles of Confederation, you had to have 9 out of 13 states had to agree before a bill could be passed. Well, since Congress first met in 1789, there's been over 30,000 bills passed by Congress. Bills passed too easily, and many of them are unconstitutional. We need to restructure. We need to have a change in the procedures of the House of Representatives. I believe that all bills should be introduced by the House of Representatives. I don't believe that we need to have 2 branches of government doing the same job. That's redundancy. That's unnecessary. I believe that the Senate should be chosen the way they were initially, and that is by the state legislators, and that the state legislators would get together with their state senators and tell them exactly what is constitutional, what is not. In other words, I believe that the Senate should be, the sole job of the Senate should be to determine whether or not the House of Representatives was passing a legitimate constitutional law. So I believe that would produce an accountability, and that's about it for now. So anyway, I'm going to be teaching a class on the Constitution on Saturday, December the 13th. That, by the way, the 15th of December is the date of the Boston Tea Party. I'm sorry, that's the 16th. The 15th is the date that the Bill of Rights was ratified. How many people here know that the Bill of Rights has a preamble? Could I see a show of hands? How many people knew that the Bill of Rights has a preamble? That's pretty significant. And yet, this is probably the way it is all over the place. But anyway, thank you very much for giving me this time. Please come to the City Hall on Saturday, December the 13th at 10 o'clock in the morning and get a mini course on the Constitution. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Broders. Next, I have Mr. Donald Dunlap. And I forgot, if you come to the podium, I need your name and address for the record, please, when you come over there.
Okay, my name is Don Dunlap. I live at 11939 216th Terrace, O'Brien, Florida. Okay, I'm here this afternoon or this evening because our paved road is about 2 miles long, Fletcher Road going into the Timbers, and it's in disrepair. It's terrible. It's dangerous. It's full of holes. It's broken off on the sides. It's narrow. We got tractor trailers coming in. You know, we live in a farming community, hay fields, produce, and they're in and out. But I moved up here in 08, built my house, and I put a double wide on there also now, so I pay a bit of taxes. And the thing is that it's been in bad shape since I moved up. It's progressively gotten worse. And I've also noticed that the two roads going in, which is 218th and 216th, into where I live, and then you go back in there in the Timbers, the residents, the property has been selling and getting built. So I know there's more tax stuff there. If we could please get that road repaved, it needs it terribly. It's up and down, it's dangerous, it's narrow. I mean, I've put a tape measure on in many places, especially the curves. There's 3 good curves there, tight, 90-degree curves, and they're narrow. Edge is broken off, it falls off. I mean, if you were to shoot the elevation in the center and look at the outside of it, how much difference it is. So, I know that you could either repave it or pull it out and put a new one down. I mean, I was a concrete finisher, and I've done road work myself, so I know it can be done. I don't know if there's money in for it this year, but if y'all could do it, we'd really appreciate it.
Mr. Dunlap, I'm going to speak to that because that's my district, and I lived on that road for a good number of years, and my son lives on that road. So before y'all all start accusing me of paving my roads, you can see it's not just me. But I'm well aware of the road, and it's on the radar, I promise you.
I appreciate it.
So,
and just because, I don't pay attention to my taxes. My wife does. And I asked her this afternoon what we pay now with the 2 dwellings on there, and I did not know it was that much. And I've got neighbors that constantly complain that we need to do something about the road. Well, this is where we're starting.
I'm aware of it.
Okay, thank you so
sir.
much for your time. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next is Mr. Dennis Hoss. Name and address for the record, if you will, please, sir.
Dennis House, HOSS, at 11179 218th Terrace in O'Brien, Florida. I'm also here about the road. The road is getting in really bad shape. The road is underneath state specs. The road is nowhere in any part 20 foot wide. The curves, which it should be a lot more than that, they're at less than 20 foot wide. The road, I've got pictures. If any of y'all want to see it, I take before I come up here. The road is falling apart. We've got grass growing in it. The trucks try to run in and out, the tractors. And plus, I don't know, you probably know better than me, How many people you reckon these roads are feeding now? I'd say they're feeding hundreds of people, ain't they?
It's quite a few, like he mentioned, the 2 roads that go into that subdivision down there. Used to didn't nobody live on them, but it's full now.
It's
so
everybody down through are loaded up.
I'm well aware of the traffic, yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, I just want to make, and I've had open heart surgery, it'd beat me to death. A lot of it.
I promise you it's on the radar. I can't promise you when we'll get it done, but it is on the radar.
I hear it a couple different people, prominent people say that funds have been there, but the funds are with somewhere else. Then I do know for a fact that they come last year before last, and put the rails across the counting trips to count the road. The guy come and put it down. I went out less than an hour later, and the strip was gone. And I think Florida says they're supposed to be down 24 to 48 hours. It's supposed to be a complete cycle before we stick back up to do accounting.
Yes, sir. I don't know about funding or any of that. I just know that the county funds those county roads, and we recently put on a paving crew of our own just to handle these county roads.
I'm here y'all put on a paving crew and a new paving machine.
Yes, sir. And so we've got all the equipment and the staff to do it with, and the guys are doing a pretty good job, actually a great job as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
And I promise you it's on the radar. As soon as we can get the funding, it'll be taken care of.
Okay. All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public wishing to speak? Mr. Weaver? Don't forget name
I'm gonna make it quick.
Name and address for the record, please, sir.
Ken Weaver, 65-year citizen, Suwannee County. I want to thank y'all, every one of you, for the job you do. It's tough, but the Weavers support you, every one of you. Also, thank you for assisting in the fundraiser we did for trainee police officer Chris Davis. It was very successful. We raised $8,200 in change for him. Couldn't have done it without y'all's help. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mr. Klepper, name and address for the record, please, sir.
Moses Klepper, 14581 102nd Path, Live Oak. Are any of the consent items going to be pulled?
Yes, sir. Item number 10.
Okay. Through this, we the people of North Central Florida, I've got someone that wants me to read something, so here goes. Earlier this year, the county issued bids for 3 separate community centers through a process known as Design Build or RFPs. This type of bid uses a list of specifications and specific budget for each project provided by the county, covering the necessary elements of the building project rather than a full set of engineering plans. The responding contractors then make proposals for the buildings based on the requirements listed in the specifications and according to the budget specified. On the community center projects, there were a total of 5 responding bidders. As per Florida law, the county is required to review all bids received and then make a short list of highest ranked respondents, with no less than 3 firms being the typical short list. From that short list, the county is then required by Florida law to perform additional interviews with the shortlisted respondents. These interviews should include a presentation on exactly what the bidders are proposing to provide as part of their bids. After this process is completed, the county can make a selection for the best respondent to award the contract to. Suwannee County completely ignored this process and just awarded the 3 bids to one contractor without following the Florida statutes governing this process. When this was discovered, Luke McInnes, representing McInnes Services LLC, who was one of the bidding contractors, brought this matter before the board and requested that the board reconsider the award and instead follow the law in order to properly vet the bidders individually. The board refused to consider the request, and moreover, the county attorney made claims that the bids were properly conducted, which is incorrect and a false statement. Again, I'm reading somebody else's words. Mr. McInnes then asked the board how they would ensure that the budgets would be followed, as they had no intentions of awarding the contracts on a fixed price basis, and because of that, the contract price was completely unknown. Again, the county attorney claimed that they would be following the specifications of the bid requirements regarding the cost of said projects. These bids had fixed budgets in a total aggregate of $3.9 million for the three projects combined. As of today, the county has now agreed to pay a total aggregate of $5.5 million for the three projects. That certainly does not seem to be following anything with regards to the bid requirements. What changed? Did the specifications change after the bids? Did the county just forget they bid this with a budget? Why are we suddenly happy to spend another $1.6 million and some change on these buildings without any oversight? When a county engages in construction contracts with no idea of what they're getting into or what the costs are, I'm going to eliminate a couple words, and they should be ashamed. The last thing I want to say on my part, I'm proud of y'all, the way item number 12 come down. I did some checking on that. They're in the 90th percentile, that contractor is. I just hope y'all are plenty aware and be aware of upcharges or change orders. Please, if we get it for that, that's a wonderful thing. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else from the public? Seeing none, we'll move on to item number 2, proclamations and presentations. Mr. Jimmy Norris, Economic Development Director.
All right, how are y'all? Good to be here. It's always good news when we can bring some new folks in here to Suwannee County. Not that technically they're new, but they're kind of new, right? So I guess back first of the year, Mr. Kaysen basically just dropped into office one day and said, hey, I got a business and I want to move to Suwannee County. Of course, he already lives in Suwannee County, but his business didn't live in Suwannee County. So kind of the issue with that, I guess, is the lack of inventory of buildings, and we all know we have that, right? But as luck have it, we had a building that came available, and Mr. Kaysen did a lot of work on it and his team. The building was in foreclosure. It took a lot of time to work through that process, multiple times to work through the process. But I've got him and some of his team here tonight, and I'm going to let him tell his story. But the company that they work for is Elite Industrial and Refractory Services. And I'm going to just quickly hit a couple things that, and you'll clear all this up, but and you can go look them up. Their home office is out of Texas, but they've got a couple different locations in Florida and I think Alabama. So they do industrial maintenance and repair, structural fabrication, design, mechanical welding, turnkey refractory services, engineering, estimating, project management, project planning and scheduling, material procurement, quality assurance, execution, 3D scanning, safety and accident prevention planning, refractory materials such as engineered precast shapes, monolithics, bricks, and under steel fabrication, they do expansion joints, exhaust ducts and supports, burner tips and body shell, ductwork and piping, melting and holding furnace casings, and some of us probably don't even know what some of that is. But the point is that they are here in Suwannee County now, and I'm going to let him tell his story. Mr. Case?
All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Bobby Kaysen, good to meet y'all. I know some of y'all, but so several years back, we started looking. I've always, I guess for the last 7 or 8 years, I've had an office in Lake City. Nothing really here available for the industrial side of it. I've been chasing shutdown outages, paper mills, power plants, chemical plants since I was a kid from one side of the country to the other. The one thing that I can say from going from one side of the country to the other is every time I would show up, whether it was California, Washington State, Maine, wherever, there was people from North Florida there, regardless of the companies, the different companies that worked there. North Florida is huge in the industrial building, from welders to bricklayers to scaffolding. I mean, the whole 9 yards. It's big here. Most of y'all know, y'all grew up here. You either farm or you work at Occidental or Nutrien now, or you chicken processing or whatever, or you travel for work if you want to make money. That's just the way that it is. So when we had an opportunity to move here into the hometown, I've got kids here. They've got friends here. I wanted to be back here. I wanted them to have something to last in Suwannee County. So right now, we just opened up. I want to do we'll open up officially sometime in January, probably by the time we get everything ready. So we're owned by a company called American Industrial Services, and they own Elite Industrial, Elite Refractory Services, Southern Welding, and AAA Fab. So the refractory services, the industrial group, and Southern Welding do a lot of work down at Ash Grove Cement in Bradford. They do Ash Grove cements all over the United States. Multiple cement plants all through Florida. So having a home for the whole company, the AIS group in Live Oak, because you've got I-10 and 75, was a perfect place to build to have an office. So right now in Live Oak, Florida, we've got 67 people that work out of our office. 90% of those are from Live Oak, from Suwannee County, whether it's Brantford, whatever. Our median pay between $32 and $35 an hour is our median pay. So we're at the top of the scale. We keep 20-something people out at Nutrien, 40 hours a week plus overtime, working full-time. We've got a group at Bender Holtz. We've got a group at Savage working over in Lake City. Right now, I've got people from Suwannee County. We've got 2 jobs going on in Alabama at lumber mills. We've got a power plant outage going on at Albany Green Energy in Albany, Georgia. We've got a steel mill outage going on in Ocala right now, and all those are being manned with people from Suwannee County. So we appreciate the work that Jimmy, he went above and beyond. But if I had to say anything, I've lived here my whole life. With the Perry Mill shutting down, things like that, any heavy industry that we can bring to this county, we have the people in Suwannee County and the surrounding counties to build it from the ground up, to maintain it, and to operate. That's anything from power plants up. So any help, the more that we can get that way. I don't want to say the less these guys travel, but they make a lot of money traveling too. But the more we can get here, the better it's going to help our community. So I appreciate y'all's time.
100%.
Thank you. We
Yes, sir.
appreciate
Thank you for coming. I'm glad you're here.
Any questions?
Any questions for Mr. Casey?
No, I just comment. I'm glad that y'all were able to come home for.
Me too.
Come home for home.
Me too.
So, and I'm glad that y'all are, because I would say that, and I'm just guessing here, but I would say you being in Suwannee County has enabled more Suwannee County folks
Absolutely.
to have a job with your company, which is always a win for our community when especially paying $30+
Well, I'm
dollars
going
an
to
hour.
tell you, we've got some of the best construction hands. Like I said, it didn't matter. I've traveled all the way across the United States. And it doesn't matter where you go, you'll see people from North Florida there. We have the absolute best that there is. It's a farm community.
That's
it's
right.
a pulpwood community. It's what we do. We work. So
I'm just glad you're here.
I am too as well. Thank you.
Thank y'all for coming tonight.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it very much, and I think one of the things, the key to this project was we had a building, and we've talked about that a lot, but that was what made the project go. And of course, Mr. Kaysen was adamant about being in Suwannee County, and a couple of times it looked like that building was going to fall through, and he didn't give up on us. So I want to thank him and the team, and I want to thank you guys for supporting us in what we do and Elite. So thank you.
Did you have something else that you was going to do?
I'll be back.
Oh, okay.
Staff.
Okay.
Bobby, you ain't gonna make none of them guys get up and speak back there? He ain't paying me no.
All right.
Yeah, he's gonna do.
If I could.
Yep.
Real quick, Mr. Chair. We didn't actually tell them where the building was. I don't know if you want to tell them.
Yes, sir. My name's Hunter Kaysen. I'm the son of Bobby. A lot of people know me. I hold 2 jobs. I work with him and I work with Fort Highway Patrol. So the new building is in the industrial park, located off 49. We call it the bypass road, like you're going tractor supply. You turn in right there. You go all the way back to the back. It's the old Taylor building. So something I was thinking of while he was talking, and it brought my mind up because I was out there the other day. We have a trash pile on south side of Suwannee, the landfill. And now that we have a company here that can maintain it, what would be your thoughts on getting a trash burner as far as a boiler system that makes power for the community, but it runs off the trash that we burn? There's a bunch of them located down south as far as Tampa. St. Pete has them. Miami has them. They're very big. Spokane, Washington. It would be something I think would greatly benefit our community. As far as bringing jobs in, you'd have a couple hundred jobs right there manning it, but as well as we could sell the power back and make money for the community.
We had an engineer do a study on that.
Yes, sir.
I don't know, was it a couple years ago? 2 or 3 years ago anyway. And as of right now, you would have to bring so many counties in to make that thing even break even.
Yes, sir.
So we're just not there yet.
Yes, sir.
But
Yeah,
I mean, one day it may be that. But
I think with the rural counties that you have, as far as Taylor, Hamilton, Lafayette, nobody has a place to get rid of their garbage, essentially. I think you offer a service, hey, we'll come get it for free if you let us burn it. I think you could make your money back, essentially. That's just something to look into in the future, maybe help Suwannee.
And that's something that we can put a package together and sit down, and I could bring a wheelbrader type group in and look at that. So waste to energy is huge in the bigger cities. Certainly, we have a push to go green in our community. If you look at it, the North Florida district, however you want to look at it, landfills are filling up. More and more people want to do away with landfills. Nobody is doing recycling anymore the way that they should. When you can I think it cuts your waste, your landfill down by something like 92%, because the only thing that's going in a landfill then is ash, right? Fly ash. All the metals, the precious metals, can be saved out of it. I mean, there's things to look at that I'm certain, or I would imagine, that there should be some sort of government grants and things like that to help a push to go green for smaller communities. But more and more, if you look, so sawmills run off of, they have dryer systems in them, and they run off of the byproduct, which is sawdust. Well, more and more sawdust vendor holds, they have to sell theirs, or basically give it away. They transport it to Albany, Georgia, to burn in a green energy power plant. So there's things like that you could also look at bringing in. So just thoughts.
It's not going on deaf ears. Trust me, the garbage thing is a big issue, and we're well aware of.
Yes, sir.
Well aware, and all of us work on it, and we're always reviewing options. So
yes, sir. Yeah, I just want to say I appreciate y'all. I know there's some differences in the community and stuff like that, but everybody appreciates what y'all do. Y'all do help the county out. So
thank you. Point well taken, though. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yep.
At this time, I have a time-specific item number 13 at 5:35 p.m. or as soon thereafter as the matter can be heard, hold a public hearing to consider special permit request SP 25-12-01 by Jonathan Yates, authorized agent for Wiley and Gail Hunter to be granted a special permit under Section 14.11 of the Suwannee County Land Development Regulations for essential services, 270-foot telecommunications tower and associated equipment. Mr. Meeks. Mr. Attorney.
Do you swear or affirm testimony you give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Mr. Chairman, board members, the application that the board has for their consideration tonight is a special permit request number SP 25-12-01. The special permit request is for the construction of a 270-foot telecommunication tower. The subject property is located in an agricultural 1 zoning district. It's located off of County Road 136 on the east side. It will be north of County Road 136. The size of the property is just under 85 acres. It's like 84.3 or 84.4 acres in size. The tower will be built for co-location, which will be able to accommodate multiple carriers. The tower will have backup generator for power, and meets all the other requirements of the county land development regulations. You have in your agenda packet a proposed resolution that is written for approval. If the board so chooses to adopt that, it does contain the condition language that we always include with those, and that the county would be granted co-location on that should the need ever arise, and then the other language about the generator being provided for on site. The complete application and file is made part of the record, and it contains all of the information for the FCC evaluation, FAA evaluation, and the propagation maps with the pre and post coverage areas shown. So if you have any questions of me, then I would be happy to answer them. If not, I would enter the file into the record and state that Mr. Jonathan Yates, which is the agent for the applicant, is here to answer any questions that you may have or touch on things that I may have missed.
File is admitted.
Board, is there any questions of staff?
No, sir.
Seeing none, I'll open the floor to public comment. Is there anybody wishing to speak on this?
Yes, sir. Jonathan Yates, the applicant here.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
First and foremost, I have to do a big shout of thanks to Ron. During this process, it was either 99 or 101 stupid questions I asked Mr. Meeks. You know, he never laughed at me. He got me through.
He laughs at me all the time.
He was easy on me, but no, it was a real pleasure to work. Also, I have to thank Wiley and Gail Hunter. This is their property. While Ron helped me through this part of the process, Wiley and Gail produced really the perfect piece of property where T-Mobile needed to be. Background on this property: this is an 84-acre tract, Wiley, that he bought from his cousin David Purdon back in 2019. He has a total of 220 acres out there. All of this came from his granddaddy, Mr. Wiley Grantham, had about 1,000 acres. He did watermelon, corn, and cattle, and we're down to this. Presently on the property is just planted pines. He uses it for forestry, recreation, i.e. deer hunting. We were able to achieve the necessary setbacks on this property. It's where T-Mobile wants to be to make this connection to try to solve some deficits in that area, and that's the key. What we're talking about here is just wireless infrastructure. You know, when I was waiting, we got here a little bit early. As everyone came in, they almost all, to a man or woman, did the same thing. They pulled this thing out and started playing with it. Everyone started playing with it. So what we're trying to do here is provide this platform for that infrastructure to cover that area. As Ron touched on, it's been approved by the FAA. The closest airport is actually Wings and Sunset. They're about 3.8 nautical miles to the south. The county airport's about 5.7 nautical miles west. So in each case, we were able to meet your ordinance and come up with a location. And what's the purpose? The purpose is so people can use their phones. Most importantly, if they're running down 136 late at night and something goes wrong, they can pull off their hip and call the police, fire, EMS. Very important. So we're here for any all questions. Any particular questions about the property, I defer to Wiley, but I think he taught me a good bit about it. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Is there any questions of Mr. Yates before he goes?
No, sir.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And I might have jumped the gun a little bit before letting him speak, so now I'll open the floor to public comment. Is there anybody wishing to speak? Yep. Name and address for the record, please.
Steve Fontana, 211-181 144th Street, Live Oak. Is there data available for what radiation levels are going to be at the property boundary for the rest of the community? Is there any data like that? Is there any data taken? Is there any requirements to take a data like that? Do we even measure it? That's all. I don't know. Is that part of our zoning that we measure? Any other industry that emits radiation, you're going to have requirements because radiation does do biological damage, no doubt about it. And the most probable for low radiation is cancer. Okay, it happens. It happens in the nuclear industry. We train on it. We trained on it that low-level radiation does cause cancer. So we keep them as low as reasonably possible. You can't keep radiation levels as low as reasonably possible if you do not measure them. Where's the data from the perimeter of that property on these towers?
Name and address, please, sir.
Moses Slipper, 145-8100 Second Path, Live Oak. Once again, this is going to be if y'all pass it through, going to be a guy wire tire. I don't know. I hadn't been out and looked at it and all, but they're not pretty. At least a monopole tire should be considered. I know that probably costs a little more money, but for years I've been saying there are going to be more and more in this. I mean, it's more and more. And they're going to get uglier and uglier. And once all the building goes on, then you can see them tires. And right now, I hear from the road, you see the trees block them and all that. That's not always going to be the case, So, just thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else wishing to speak? Seeing none, I'll close public comment. Is there any further board discussion? If seeing none, do we have a motion to adopt? Motion by Commissioner Mobley.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Land. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Now moving on to the consent agenda. Item number 10 has been pulled for discussion. So we'll have item 3 through 9 and 11 and 12. Do I have a motion to approve, or is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I offer a motion to approve those items stated, excluding item 10.
Motion by Commissioner Land.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hale. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Item number 10, approval of a single source procurement of Amtech Coatings LLC for the replacement of the leachate tank liner. Budget impact was $184,392 and was a budgeted item. Mr. Fury, if you will.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate you pulling that. I wanted to clarify that. It was a little misleading maybe in the wording on that agenda item. So just for full transparency, for the board's benefit, for the public's benefit, this job has already been completed. This was work done out of the leachate tanks at the landfill. In all simple terms, we didn't follow our purchasing policy on this. We did not go out to bid on this. It has had its complexities. It's been a project 6 years ago that we started. We did go out to bid originally. I think we had one bidder, and I may get some of these facts wrong, but I think we had one bidder from out of state. He backed out at the last minute. We got some more quotes from contractors. I think we had a local Lake City contractor start on some repairs out there, and he walked away from the job as well. So anyway, not to excuse anything, but this has been a project. Earlier this summer, we got another company that was interested in completing the job, and we put them to work. And we didn't follow our procedures to go out to bid for that price of a job. So just out of transparency, wanted to make you aware of that, make the public aware of that. No excuses. I take full responsibility for that. Working outside of the lines, if you will, and we'll make sure that I think the fix is just to allow time to plan for the process to take place. I get in a hurry to get jobs done, and sometimes miss out on the process. So anyway, just wanted to bring that to your attention and to the public as well, out of transparency.
Thank you, Mr. Fury. Mr. Attorney, what we just need a motion to approve this?
Yes, sir. And although we may have not followed our procedures, and I'm not excusing that, we certainly, since the work has been done and completed and a contract price agreed to, we certainly have liability if we don't agree to pay it. So that's just, it is what it is.
And my apologies to the public. I assure you we will be a little clearer in our procurement procedures going forward. So with that.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Land.
Just a comment. Mr. Furry, have you spoke to, I guess, the department heads and whatnot and reassured them to follow the purchasing policy so that this doesn't happen again? I mean, I understand. I've been on the board for 5 years now, going on 6, and this leach exchange was a line item, budgeted item. There was $200,000 on that budget line item for the longest time. So, I'm familiar with the project, and I remember not being able to find anybody to come do it, and someone did. No, they backed out. We don't want to mess with it. I remember all of those things happening, but nonetheless, we still have a purchasing policy in place, and that's why it's there, so that we follow it. And, I'm not scolding you, but I would just say, hey, we got to do better.
Agreed.
And I'll echo that. But you pointed out a great point. It was something I was going to mention, but it was a budgeted item. It was a line item. We spent less than what we budgeted for it, but again, just following the procedure.
And I've been aware of it since I've been on the board as well. Same thing. I knew there was a line item for it. Hey, we messed up. We'll fix it. So moving forward, we'll deal with it. With that, do I have a motion to approve this item?
Mr. Chairman, I'd offer a motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Land.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hale. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Keith?
From your authorizing the clerk to release that payment.
Yes, sir.
We'll go ahead and process it this week instead of waiting until the next cycle. It's not on your AP report today, but we'll release it Friday.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir, it is approved. Constitutional officers. Any constitutional officers? Staff items? Should I do that now, Mindy, or what? Oh, it's under general business? All right. Jimmy? Okay.
Hadn't seen you in a while, so I thought I'd catch up. I love to share good news, and to be quite honest with you, we were waiting to share a little bit of this good news and hoping Commissioner be back with us, but and that's just because he loved this young lady so much. But what I wanted to share with you is, as you guys know, we're a member of Very National Florida, or Visit National Florida, which is the regional tourism group, just like we are with NFEDP on the economic development side. So Carissa has sat on that board representing Suwannee County, for 6 years or so now, and she's continued to move her way up that board. So I just want to let you guys know that she is now the new chairman of Natural North Florida, so the regional group that represents tourism. It's really good to have, you can get closer. It's really good to have her sitting at that seat and representing Suwannee the way we've been able to do that on economic development. And granted, she's still doing all the marketing for tourism, all the marketing for economic development, but this role puts her in connection with Visit Florida and other agencies at the state, just like it does on the economic development side. And so we're super proud of that, and I wanted to recognize her for that and being chair. And to take things even further, she's been a busy little camper. As you know, we've actually moved her up to, you guys know because you're all in the office, she's been doing economic development now for probably 3 years. And so, we've changed her position to economic development coordinator. That happened back the first of the year. And I just wanted to let you know that she, to take that very serious, she just completed her basic economic development coursework through the University of South Florida down in Tampa, St. Pete. And of course, this program included economic development, marketing, which she's already at ASAT, and attraction, economic development, finance, real estate, entrepreneurial, small business strategies, workforce development, neighbor development strategies, business retention, business expansion, managing economic development organizations, and economic development strategic planning. So she has officially completed that, her BEDC, and so I wanted to bring her up and say congratulations, Madam Bristol. Thank you very much. And I will turn the floor over to you.
Speech.
I just wanted to say thank you for allowing me to complete this program. It was incredibly valuable. I was able to learn, increase my knowledge about economic development, as well as validate some of the things that I've already learned from my time in the office with Mr. Norris. The professors there gave me some new tools that I was able to learn about and some new perspectives that I'm excited to bring back to the county and put into place here. And throughout the program, I was able to meet professionals from all over the country. This wasn't just a training for people in Florida. We had people come from as far away as Idaho to attend this training. And something that I learned there was that not everyone has the same support that we have here in Suwannee County. And that just made me even more thankful and grateful for the support that I received from you. And I just wanted to say thank you again for giving me this opportunity and allowing me to continue to learn and grow to be able to perform my job at even a higher level. So thank you.
Well, congratulations first. And when I first became a board member, I couldn't hardly get the girl to talk to me. I'm telling you. And she sure has came a long way in that role. So congratulations to you, and I'm proud of you. And we'd like to get a picture. Is that right, Mr. Norris?
Sure.
So if we could do that. And anybody else?
I was just going to say congratulations, Chris, and I appreciate the hard work that you do and the amount of enthusiasm that you bring to the office every day. Being the chair the last 2 years and sitting on the TDC board, she's dropped me like a bad habit. I don't hear from her. I don't hear from her anymore. I don't guess she's talking to you.
That's what you wanted.
But I'm gone. I'm chopped liver. But that's okay. But I say that as a compliment because she's on top of things. She takes her job seriously. She engages, this board and like I say, congratulations, and Suwannee County is fortunate to have you on our team.
Thank you.
I'll echo that, and Travis is right. She really is the muscle that holds all that together. I mean, honestly, without her, we go to these functions, and Frida and the recent one we were at, you can't even think about what you're doing next before she's already texting you your agenda. I can promise you, there's no gap in information there, lack of information. So we just appreciate it. We do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, girl.
Thank you.
Yeah. While she's up here, before y'all, well, go ahead. We'll take a picture.
He got a good hair. I was like, don't keep giving them fat face pictures. Do it too. Are you good? All right, so good. Is that good? You can only do so much.
While y'all are going back to your seat, I do real quick want to mention Frida. Obviously was week before Thanksgiving. I appreciate you guys being in attendance, and Suwannee County had about a dozen people there again from obviously you guys, administration, Mr. Furry, Mandy, others, as well as representation from the power company with Mike and his team and the technical college. So it's really nice when you go to those events and you're the only county with a reserve table because you are bringing such a good group with you. And lots of good stuff, information. I think you guys would probably agree. And I appreciate, again, as Carissa said, the support because when we go there and you guys show up, it means a lot to us as we're working with Tallahassee and all these different agencies and groups. So, and Mr. Furry, any comments on that event?
No, just the same. We had a couple good meetings with University of Florida staff, sorry, Mr. Attorney, but with the IFAS group and then with the Department of Commerce. So I think we'll see some good things come out of those meetings. So just appreciate y'all being there to take part.
Yeah, and I think that's a big thing too. You get the one-on-one meetings, right? Because we are there, we are able to have those one-on-one meetings with Commerce that a lot of other people don't get. So, but again, it was a great event. Learned a lot of good stuff, and I thank you guys for your participation. And as always, Team Suwannee. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any commissioner items?
No, sir. No, sir.
County Attorney.
Not for today, Mr. Chairman. As you're aware, you've kept me quite busy regarding the what's on the agenda for tomorrow, so I'll have a lot to say then.
Yes, sir. Me as well. Consultant items? Anybody? Any consultants? General business. Oh, here we go. 2026 annual committee appointments. I think we've got to, I just went ahead and done some. I asked some of you, and some of you I didn't ask, so you're just getting appointed. I'm sorry for that, but. So the only one I hadn't appointed yet was the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee. Who wants to volunteer?
I'll volunteer. I will volunteer Commissioner Mobley. I believe he's pretty familiar with construction, more so than myself and Commissioner Hale. So I would volunteer Commissioner Mobley due to his expertise in the construction business.
I'd second that.
Congratulations, Commissioner Mobley. You're now on the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee.
I'll tell you what, I'll do that if Hale will take the transportation disadvantage back, since he's already the chairman of the Suwannee Valley.
Well, I got two more here I already volunteered for, so.
Do y'all want me to do a count and see who's got the most? Because I guarantee you it's me.
Well, you're chairman.
Yeah, well, I think I had the most before I was. Are you good with that, Mr. Brown? All right, thank you. Appreciate that. Canvassing board will be myself, Travis Land as alternate, Don Hale as substitute, Development Authority liaison, Don Hale, Franklin White alternative, Extension Ag Advisory, Leo Mobley, Fair Board, Leo Mobley, Alden Rosner, Insurance Group, Health Casualty, myself, Sheriff Jason Fury, Paula Pennington, Mandy Frederickson, Dan Miller, Library Travis Land, Friends of the Library Representative Mandy Frederickson, Betty Lawrence, Municipal Relations Standing Committee would be myself and Don Hale, North Florida Regional Planning Council will be Don Hale, North Florida Economic Development Partnership will be Don Hale, North Florida Water Utility Board, Franklin White, Leo Mobley, Recreation and Parks, Travis Land, Alden Rosner. Small County Coalition, Leo Mobley, Franklin White, Jason Fury. Solid Waste, Franklin White, Jason Fury. And Solid Waste Manager, Dennis Rafferty. Suwannee River Economic Council is myself. Suwannee River Task Force, Don Hale. Suwannee Valley Transit Authority, Don Hale, Leo Mobley. Transportation Disadvantage Coordinating Board is Leo Mobley. Tourist Development Council is myself and Don Hale as alternate. Workforce Development, Travis Land. Value Adjustment Board, myself, Don Hale, and Travis Land as alternate, and I think that gets them all. And I don't want to have to say this, but I will say it. A lot of these, Mr. Perkins was sitting on these boards, and we've had to rearrange this, but as soon as somebody's either elected, appointed, whatever may happen there, we'll take another, we'll go back over it.
Fair enough.
Is there any additional agenda items?
Yes, sir. The letter to the governor regarding Mr. Perkins' appointment.
Should I read it?
Yes, sir. You're going to need board approval to send it.
Oh, okay. All right. It's a letter to the Honorable Ron DeSantis, Governor, State of Florida. Reason: notification of death of Honorable Maurice Perkins, Suwannee County Commissioner. Dear Governor DeSantis, it is with a heavy heart that I write to inform you of the death of Maurice Perkins, Suwannee County Commissioner representing District 2. Commissioner Perkins passed away on Wednesday, November 26, 2025. Pursuant to Florida Statute 114.01, parentheses 2, please execute the executive order recognizing the death of Commissioner Perkins. We also ask that your office fill the vacancy on the commission left by the death of Commissioner Perkins pursuant to Florida Statute 114.04 so that the people of District 2 can have representation on the commission. If you or anyone on your staff needs any assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out. Sincerely, myself, Chairman, Suwannee County Board of County Commissioners. Do I have approval, or do I have a motion to approve?
So moved, sir.
Motion by Commissioner Hale.
Second.
I'll take Mr. Land, second by Commissioner Land. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, because there's been a lot of questions as to what's going to happen since Commissioner Perkins passed, just to explain the legalities for the public so that way they know what's going to happen. So with the passing of a sitting county commissioner, it's not automatic as to the process that's going to occur. There needs to be a formal advising of the governor's office. By statute, the governor has to execute a executive order which recognizes the passing of the city county commissioner. The seat is not vacant as a legal matter until that executive order is done. So as we sit here today, actually, it's not technically a vacant seat. Once that's done, the governor must appoint somebody, and the standard for whether or not there's going to be an appointment versus a special election is whether or not the election would be within 28 months, I believe, 28 or 24 months of the date of the pending election. So if there would have been a special election if this had happened and there was more than 28 months to go before the end of Commissioner Perkins' term, but since there's less than that, since he would have been up for re-election next year, it's going to have to be by special appointment. In terms of a timeline as to when the governor is going to make that appointment, the honest to God answer is none of us have any idea. It could be quick and it may not happen at all. And there's no way for us to tell you that. And there's nothing in the statute which has a timeline requiring the governor to fill it within a particular time. So I just wanted to, I know we'd all gotten questions, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to state that for the benefit of the public.
Thank you, Mr. Attorney, for clarifying that. Mr. Hancock?
We need to fill the seat. I would rather y'all make a recommendation. Governor DeSantis sits over in Tallahassee. He has been in Suwannee County on a visit. But we have someone that is willing to go back into that seat, and that's Clyde Fleming. I talked to him earlier. I'm not trying to put him on the spot. But I think y'all need to make a recommendation. We need somebody sitting up there as soon as possible. And you're not going to find anybody better qualified than Clyde Fleming. Why not go ahead and make that recommendation in the letter? You've all worked with Clyde. You know what you got. It's not a pig in a poke. So I would urge you to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hancock. We'll take that under advisement. I'm not sure how all that works, but I will get with the attorney and we'll figure it out.
I can answer the question. In terms of, the letter only serves the purpose of notifying the governor, so that's all that's going to happen. But just to answer, we're in constant contact with the governor's office, and you're not the first person to have that idea.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Administrators' comments?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a couple of things. talking about cell towers, we were working on the cell tower contract, and we got notification today that AT&T and whatever the parent company was with that has withdrawn that application, I guess. Many across the state of Florida, they have canceled those contracts for now. So not looking at the cell tower. Is going to be at the fairgrounds behind the rodeo arena. So that is out right now. If something resurfaces, we'll bring that back to you. But I was going to give you a quick library update. I should have done that during staff report. Miss Betty had a construction meeting, unless she slipped in when I wasn't looking. She was at a construction meeting, I think, in Madison today, so she wasn't going to be back. But the Brantford construction has been complete on that library. They're working on the technology piece, and she anticipates a ribbon cutting January, February. So she wanted me to mention that to you guys, and she'll bring back a date for you. To answer Mr. Land's question, Commissioner Land's question about have we talked to department heads or staff about purchasing policy and following that during that agenda item. We do have a leadership meeting tomorrow, department head meeting and directors. We meet monthly the first week of the month. And so that will be one of the topics that we do discuss tomorrow is how to stay out of trouble like that. So, and if you guys ever have any topics, items for discussion, anything, be welcome an agenda item for our discussion as well. But Amanda usually keeps us pretty straight on what we talk about in those meetings. And was just going to mention a bridge repair. We got some correspondence. I think it's on 164th Street. A bridge that is in need of repair. It's been on their radar for several years now. They're sending, corrective action notices, and they're expecting, DOT's expecting us to follow up with some kind of game plan on that. I know that's an expensive fix, but we need to bring that back up on the radar and probably get some more engineering out there again or take a look at it, or at least for my benefit to get up to speed on that. And but just wanted to bring that up now to put it on your radar. It's going to be an unexpected expense we're going to need to figure out. I mean, we may can close the road. I don't know. We may not have to make a repair, but we need to look at some options and game plan that. So just wanted to mention that, and I think that's it. We already talked about Frida, but that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
I have a list of updates for solicitation. Is that? Oh, okay. It's just for me. All right. Was that it, Mr. Fury? That's all you had?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Board members, I'll start on this end with Mr. Land.
Man, putting me on the hot seat on my first meeting.
Welcome back.
Not sitting over there. I don't know. Been kind of quiet. Sitting over here, getting used to my new seat and looking to my left and not seeing Commissioner Perkins down there. It's been a pretty somber holiday around my house, and I'm sure a lot of other folks, and I can't imagine how sad it was around the Perkins house. Mr. Perkins was a asset to this board. He was an asset to this whole community. A man whose moral compass was always true. I miss him. I miss what he brought to the board. I miss his, his faith in our Lord. I will state that, I don't know what all the public knows or about the arrangements, but there is a memorial service for Mr. Perkins at the Coliseum, 3 o'clock on Friday, for staff, family, and friends. And I believe his actual celebration of life will be at 12 o'clock on Sunday, this coming Sunday. So this Friday and this Sunday at 12 o'clock. The memorial service Friday is at 3 p.m. at the Coliseum, and then 12 o'clock at the Coliseum on Sunday. I know a lot of us will be at the one Friday, and probably some of us there on Sunday as well. Haven't gotten that far, but Commissioner Perkins was just an outstanding fella, And I don't think any of us knew that he was sick. I don't think he didn't even know he was sick until, the late in the game. So we sit up here often at the end, the closing comments, we're always mentioning, pray for this family, pray for that family. But what I know about Commissioner Perkins was the backbone of the Perkins family. And that family lost their backbone the day before one of the biggest holidays in our country. So I can't imagine what they're going through. My heart broke for them. It still hurts for them. And just thoughts and prayers. That's really all I got. Commissioner White.
Commissioner Land. Mr. Hale.
I'll echo everything Commissioner Land just said about Mr. Perkins. He was a man of integrity, a man of faith. Each one of us, I believe, brings something to this board, whether it be professionally or personally. He brought an abundance of both. I mean, he was just a special individual. And he's going to be missed, and I pray for his family, and I pray for our community. When you lose someone that's, to me, a matriarch of his community, his family, I mean, it's just hard. It's just hard, and I just pray for everyone. Thank you.
Mr. Malma.
Yeah, I'll echo y'all guys, and what a loss to Suwannee County and the Board of County Commissioners. There will be some very big shoes to fill. Mr. Perkins was loved. He loved his position, and he loved the people of Suwannee County. We've had the best of memories that I know we'll all cherish forever with all the places we went. He was an honorable man, and above all, he was a great friend, and he'll be truly missed.
Thank you. I know having gained a great soul. He was a friend, and I will miss him. We had a lot of good times. He had a really good sense of humor. He cared about his community, and he cared about this county. And like Commissioner Molly said, he loved his job. I know the Perkins family will miss him dearly, and we will too. So with that, I just need a motion to dismiss.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Land, second by Commissioner Mobley. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Thank you all.
Got to hit the gavel, Frank.
Hit the gavel one time,
Oh, I'm, by the way, 2-1 on this little bet that me and the county attorney have. So this is just part of the presentation tomorrow night, but I'm going to go ahead and give this to Adam, and he can gavel the meeting in tomorrow with it.
Congratulations.
Hey, now if y'all want to chomp, you can do it, baby.
Do we need to move?
Nah, we're good.